Okay. Right now, Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US to learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are completely new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. You can also go to our website, which is hindiuniversity.org, and find out all the details about how to join the class, the different practice sessions that we have, philosophy behind the learning process. There's a little bit of information on the slide about HU, and if you want to join the Sunday classes, as I said, you can join using this Zoom link. No prerequisites, so regardless of your Hindi level, you can join. You can also enroll using this the URL or the barcode that you see for WhatsApp, and then we'll just ask you a basic question and we'll onboard you into the right platform that are used by HU. As you know, this year we've been following two books, Pingu Learns Hindi, which is a book for complete beginners, and Elementary Hindi. Pingu Learns Hindi is by Hindi University, and Elementary Hindi by Professor Richard Delacy and Sudha Joshi. Richard Delacy is also Hindi professor at the Harvard University. We finished all the books, all the chapters of Richard Delacy's book. Now we are really going over the special sections that you have in the Delacy book. And in the previous class, if you recall, we did some interesting post position, right? And then if you guys recall, we did according to, right? According to is ke anusar or ke hisab se. Or we also did during, ke dauran. So typically ke, as you know, is used as a post position in Hindi, but there are additional word that can be used along with that to give it a meaning. And in this class, we'll continue to build on top of those two. Okay, so there will be some additional post position that will be covering ke bajai and ke bawjood. Okay, so by the end of this class, hopefully you'll be pretty good with the rest of them. I feel pretty comfortable that you should be able to pick it up because Richard Delacy gives an entire list. I thought these four are the interesting ones that I've not done in the past, 17 or so years. So I should sort of focus on those. Okay. So I'm gonna stop the sharing of this and we'll do the whiteboarding session. Okay. So with that being said, let's get going. Welcome everyone again. So if you guys recall, the first one is that I want to cover is say you have a situation where you want to say a sentence of in place of. Okay, in place of or rather than or instead. Okay, and you can make several sentences with that, right? You can say X in place of Y. Okay, or you can say A rather than B. Right? As you can tell that English, it sort of allows you to experiment multiple things here. Imagine you have something similar in Hindi also. So initially, let's not worry about X, let's just practice this one in place of Y. Okay, in place of Y. So the post position that you have is rather than, right? So ke bajai. Okay, ke bajai. Okay. There are other ways also to do that. You can say ki jagah as well, but right now I'm going to just do ke bajai. So you have a ke bajai. So let's start with noun. Okay. So just like have in place of a coffee or rather than coffee will become coffee ke bajai. Okay, coffee ke bajai. Okay, chini is sugar, chini ke bajai. Practice with simple initially nouns, then we'll change other parts of speech. Instead of a noun, you'll try pronouns, and then you'll try verbs also, and then you'll try adjectives and other parts of speech, right? So coffee ke bajai. Okay, you can have gar ke bajai. Okay, घर के बजाय, or you can have school के बजाय. and you can tell where we are going with that. Like John school ke bajaye, or घर चला गया. Like he went to sort of house in place of school, right? So these are basic stuff. Or you can have दूध के बजाय. ओके, दूध के बजाय मैं दूध के बजाय और दूध की जगह है कॉफी में क्रीमर डालता हूँ. Right? Those are all sort of possibilities here that you can try it out. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yeah, can I ask a dumb question?
Yes.
Is coffee ke bajai instead of coffee or coffee instead of X?
Yeah. What do you think?
Instead of coffee then, right?
Yeah,
No.
that's right. So we have not done this yet. So in place of coffee, right? So now all of this is in place of, forget about X. We have not even mentioned about it.
Oh,
I
okay, that
want
makes sense. Okay, thank you.
just get comfortable in English. It's in place of Y rather than B, right? In place of coffee, coffee ke bajaye. So that's the thing that's basically you are noticing here. In place of Y rather than B, coffee ke bajaye. Yeah.
Yep,
Can I
thank you.
ask a question, Ashu?
Yeah.
Is there any difference between K Bajai and K Vaja, for example?
Ke bajaye and ke
K Vaja. K
wajah.
Jaga, I'm sorry, K Jaga.
I mean, there will definitely be slight difference in the usage, but like there's definitely a lot of common usage for both. Ki jagah hai, ke bajaye. I mean, I said the reason I picked it up because we're going through the systematically from the Delacy section. But yes, there's a lot of commonality, like for both of them. Ki jagah hai. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's keep going. Yeah. So now so this is, any other questions or practice that you want to have on this? Anyone?
Yes, please, Ashuji. So is that Jagaha literally the same word as place? In place of Jagaha?
Yes, in place of. Yes, in place of.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
One more question. Does it refer to inanimate objects or also people? Like
Yeah. Pronouns. You want to really now, I mean, we'll do pronouns also, but like let's say you want to say John ki jagah hai or John ke bajaye. Is that what you're thinking?
yes.
Yes, you can do John ke bajaye. Okay. I mean, you can use jagah as well, right? I mean, but yeah, John ke bajaye. Right? So that's totally okay. John ke bajaye. Yeah. But again, like here, probably for the animate one, ki jagah would look slightly more appropriate, right? I mean, John ki jagah, for example, somebody's playing a cricket and then the
Yes.
captain is trying to send a particular player, and then audience could say like, Surya ki jagah, Kohli ko bhelna chahiye, khelna chahiye tha, right? I mean, so, that slightly more appropriate there. Ki jagah hai. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. All good questions. Let's do some more practice on this one. So far we've tried sort of different nouns, but now let's say you have मैं, which is I, and you have के बजाय. What do you think it would be?
Mere bajai.
Yeah, very good. Okay, मेरे बजाय. Okay. Similarly, try more. Instead of मैं, try something else. You can try उसके बजाय. You can try.
उनके बजाय.
Yeah, very good. उनके बजाय, हमारे बजाय. Right. So a lot of the again, like the pronouns you can try. Right. I'm not going to go over sentences for each. Just want to first do the building blocks before we do some complex sentences. Right. So now We can also do some. Uh, we can also do some verbs. What do you think, Shanji? We can do which kind of verbs we can do here?
Sorry, and using it with ke bajai.
Yeah.
Khelne ke bajai, like instead of
Very,
the playing.
yeah, very good. So what is khelna?
To play.
Very good. Khelna. Khelna is to play. So it becomes khelna plus ke bajaye is khelne के बजाय खेलने के बजाय okay खेलने के बजाय in place of or rather than playing and then you can make the rest of the sentences. Let's try some more of these words because this is where I'll be spending a lot of the complex sentences. Simple sentences you can do like मुझे मैं कॉफ़ी की बजाय और कॉफ़ी की जगह चाय पीऊँगा okay मैं दिल्ली की जगह गोवा घूमूंगा or anything like that. You can make those simple sentences, right? But the complex one where you'll be using it along with the verbal noun basically. Instead of playing, she went shopping, right? I mean, so this is where you will have some slightly action will be there as well, right? I mean, this is where you'll be coming across better sentences. Okay, let's just do some more of this where you are using some action there. JDG, instead of khilne ke bajaye, try to replace khilna with some other sort of verb here.
Sone ke bajay?
Very good. Sone ke bajaye. Okay, so let's say let's make up a name and let's make up a name. Let's call it Sarah, right? Instead of or in place of sleeping, Sarah is playing video game. How will you say that?
Sarah Sone ke bajay? Video games. Kelti hey.
Yeah, you can make variations of it. Khelti hai or khel rahi hai. Awesome. Let's just keep going. Radhika ji, replace khelna sona with some other word.
गाने के बजे.
Yeah, very good. गाने के बजाय. गाने के बजाय. Let's just do some more. And if somebody wants to try it out, you can write on the
नाचने
chat.
के बजे.
Yeah, नाचने के बजाय. You can use Zoom chat also so that Sebastian ji, you want to try it out?
Sebastian said he was just listening today.
Okay, awesome. No worries. Sharmila ji?
पढ़ने के बजाय
किसके बजाय?
पढ़ने रीडिंग
Very
पढ़ने
good.
के बजाय बच्चे खेल रहे हैं.
Very good. पढ़ने के बजाय पढ़ने. Awesome. Sharon ji,
So,
let's just do few more.
can I try?
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you try and then I'm gonna ask Sharon. Yeah.
Ladne ke bajay, ladna instead of fighting.
Yeah. लड़ने के बजाय. Make a sentence. लड़ने के बजाय.
I want to say ladne ke bajay diplomatic solution चाहता हूँ.
Oh, very good. Awesome. Sharon ji?
चलाने के बजाय
चलाना is in
गाड़ी चलाने के बजाय.
very good, very good. गाड़ी चलाने के बजाय. Okay, गाड़ी चलाने के बजाय. These are all very good examples, right? I mean, and as you can imagine, like making sentences is not hard. Once you get a hold of this, the pattern. Angela ji, we'll do just one more, and then we'll jump into making sentences.
सुनने के बजाय.
Which one?
Without listening. सुनने के बजाय.
सुनने के बजाय. Yeah. सुनने के बजाय. So it's one word, but सुनने के बजाय. Okay, instead of listening. Good. Now we'll do some practice, right, of how can we use some of these in. So let's say you have a sentence called instead of complaining, he found the solution. So slightly harder one, right? So you have instead of complaining, he found a solution. Instead of complaining, I want all of you to try it out. Don't say your solution yet. You can write it in a Zoom chat, and then we'll go over it. Okay. Instead of complaining, he found a solution. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Someone who's not done it before. Let's see. Nandini ji, you want to try it out? Instead of complaining, he found a solution. First, figure out this one. What is the verb here?
शिकायत करना.
Very good. The verb is shikayat. The verb is shikayat karna is to complain. So it becomes
करने शिकायत करने के बजाय
very good. शिकायत करने के बजाय he found a solution.
उसने सॉल्यूशन ढूंढा और नो उसको सॉल्यूशन मिला. I don't know how to say found the
So
solution.
this is correct. What you said. उसने solution ढूंढा.
ढूंढा.
Like so, it's like the transitive verb. So you use the वह plus ने उसने and then solution and then ढूंढा. ढूंढना is the verb, but in the past indefinite you're going by the solutions. Right? उसने solution ढूंढा. Or if you want to use the word for solution, that would be anyone?
Samadhan.
Very good. Samadhan. So you have a sa, ma with a, and dha with a, and then samadhan. Okay. Sa, ma, and then dhan. One word. Samadhan. उसने समाधान ढूंढा. Okay.
Asuji, could you have used Mila there?
Which one?
Mila instead of Dunda?
Okay. No, you can do it. If you don't worry about the translation, you can say शिकायत के बजाय उसको okay. He found okay. You want to say उसको समाधान मिला. Is that what? Right? That's what you're saying. You want to say, right? You want to say मिला.
Yeah.
Right. So if he is the recipient of something, right, then you are right. You can say that usko solution mila, right? Sentence wise not, grammatical is not correct. It's not incorrect. You can say that usko solution mila, but just like milna is you're receiving it, right? So that's why it's like if you end up using ko here instead of ne. Yeah.
Could you also use
Okay.
usko solution pata chala or no? Is
You
that
can
the-
say that usko solution pata chala. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Let's just do some more. Any questions on this one? Anyone? Just want to make sure we're not going too fast. Right, let's just do next one. So far, we're still on the first, which is K bajai, and a lot more exercises before we jump on to the second one. K bawjood. Okay, and this one is similar to okay. This one is longer. Okay, instead of asking for help. Okay, now I'm not gonna say the rest of the part. Let's just focus on this one. Instead of asking for help. Okay, think about it. Don't give an answer yet. Instead of asking for help. And I want you to put it on Zoom chat, everyone. Instead of asking for help. Meeta ji?
मदद के बजाय
Okay, okay. Asking to, okay, so the word is good. Mother is to,
uh,
mother is help.
yeah, मदद पूछने. So
Instead
मदद
of
पूछने के बजाय
to ask, okay, so to, what is to, with
मांग
mother, you will use something else.
मांगना.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So मदद मांगने के बजाय
Very good. Instead of asking for help, is mother मांगने के बजाय. So you have a mother मांगने के बजाय. Okay, मदद मांगने के बजाय. Okay, मदद मांगने के बजाय. Now the rest of the sentence is he did everything on his own. Why don't you continue, Mitaji? He did everything on his own.
he did everything. So वो सब कुछ अकेले करने. Oh gosh.
मदद मांगने के बजाय
He did everything. वो सब कुछ अकेले काम किया.
okay, okay, very close. Okay, so it's a past indefinite. What is karna? What kind of verb is that?
What kind of verb?
Kaam karna, right? You did that, kaam karna.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said kaam kiya.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You also said akele kaam kiya. Okay, and then
Oh, so yeah, so it'd be usne.
very good, very good. Okay, मदद मांगने के बजाय उसने अकेले काम किया. Just like you, right? I mean, instead of asking for help, you did this thing, everything on your own, right? So that's it, right? So मदद मांगने के बजाय उसने अकेले काम किया. Any questions on this one?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Akele means alone, right? So
Yes.
instead of saying by himself, shouldn't you say apne aap?
You can say
say
उसने. You can say खुद also. You
khud?
can say
Okay.
खुद. You can say उसने खुद सब किया. I mean variation, right? उसने अपने आप काम किया. All of those you can write out. Yeah.
Can
Just
say ek he as well, isn't
which
it? Ek
one?
he or could he or something like.
Yeah,
Ek
you can use खुद अपने आप अकेले. I mean these are all sort of slight variations. That's totally fine. You can use that. And with the saying सब कुछ अपने आप, you can say that as well. Yes.
And magna is a synonym for puchna.
Oh, I think I should be mangna. There's a nasal I sound. Mangna. Okay, it's ma with g, mangna. What is how? Who would explain that? What is mangna?
Mangna is usually it's like a request or a kind of asking politely, something like that. Because ask help is you are not going to ask for it, you are going to request for it, or you are going to so mangna is different than the puchna.
Yeah.
Even though in English we are saying asking for a help, but we are requesting for a help. So
Yeah. Yeah. So there is a nasalized sound, JDG. Mangna, right? Mother, right? To seek help or to ask for help. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone
Can I
else?
ask-
Yes.
Can I ask? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
When I built the sentence, I wrote उसने सब कुछ खुद किया. I did not use the word काम at all.
उसने
So,
सब. You can say that. Yeah. उसने सब कुछ खुद किया. You can say that, right?
okay.
Yeah, that's. I mean, again, these are slight variations. We should not get particular about only use it this way. Then it restricts you, right?
Yeah,
So
no,
you,
I'm just checking if my way was grammatically correct.
yeah, absolutely correct.
Okay, so
But to slightly more, instead of spending more, he decided to save. Okay, I'm deliberately doing slightly harder one because then it gets easier for you. Instead of spending more, instead of spending, Shanji, why don't you try that? Instead of, okay, before you give the answer, why don't we give everyone some opportunity to think about it? Instead of spending more, so everyone should think about it. Instead of spending more, he decided to save instead of spending more. Shanji is like, why did you even take my name? Should have let me think first.
Um,
I can't even think.
पैसा उड़ाने के बजाय.
हाँ,
What was the second part of the sentence?
he decided to save.
वो decided to. Decided to. Sorry, I don't know this for the second time.
No, good, good. That's what's the verb here? To spend is
Pesa urana? Can you use that?
Udan is a little bit more informal. To send and to save.
Nope, I'm blanking totally on this.
Her. To spend is
Ka-
no, not
Rak,
her.
rak, ram, no, nope.
Kha-
Bechana?
Have you heard of this one? Vajana is correct. Kharch.
I have actually, I have heard of this. Sorry,
Heard of
yes.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
What is the verb?
So is it karach karna?
Very good. Kharch karna. Very good. Kharch karna. Okay. Kharch karna, you will see some variations of it. People will say kharcha karna as well. But the verb is kharch karna. Okay. And the save, to save is, you already did this one.
Bechana?
Bachana.
Bechana.
Okay. Bachana. But it's not to save someone's life. That's also bachana. This is like saving money, right? I mean, you can use it in that context also. To save someone's life, उसने डूबते हुए को बचाया. Like the one who was drowning, he saved someone's life. उसने जॉन की जिंदगी बचाई. Okay, but this is like पैसा बचाना, like to save the
Can
money.
karach also mean expenses, or is that different?
Yeah.
Okay.
खर्चीला.
Karchila.
खर्चीला इज एक्सपेंसिव. ये बहुत महंगा है और बहुत खर्चीला है. Okay, so now you know that instead of spending,
Oh, so then karach karne ke bajay
very good. So
wo um um
खर्च करने के बजाय
उसने बचाया.
okay, he's okay. If you want to say he saved money, would be उसने पैसे, he saved money. We keep it simple. He saved money.
उसने पैसे बचाया.
Okay, बच्चा. I'm going to just use plural here. उसने
Oh,
assuming it's
बचाए. Sorry, बचाए.
पैसे बचाए. Some of you, because the earlier sentence was he decided to save, you can say उसने बचाने का फैसला किया. That's fine too. In case if you went with the original sentence, उसने पैसे बचाने का फैसला, which is decision, किया, फैसला किया. Or you can keep it simple, उसने पैसे बचाए. खर्च करने के बजाय उसने पैसे बचाए. उसने सब ओके अपने पैसे खर्च करने के बजाय सेव करने लगा. ओके, यू कैन से दैट टू नंदिनी जी. ओके, वो सेव करने लगा. इफ यू वांट टू यूज सेव एज अ वर्ब, दैट्स टोटली ओके. एनीवन एल्स, एनी क्वेश्चंस ऑन दिस वन? Anyone?
Yes, one quick question.
Yeah.
Does save apply only to objects or to human beings or yourself? You save yourself if you pray to God, for example. Is that the same word?
Make a sentence.
If you want to save yourself,
Hmm.
pray to God.
Save yourself. So I think I'll use slightly differently. Like if you're saving someone's life, that's also you will use bachana in that sense, right? But like in the context you are mentioning, I'll end up using a different word basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Right. So I'm going to give some homework exercises for this one. I'm going to post some simpler sentences, like, such as like, he started drinking coffee instead of a tea, and instead of fighting, he suggested working together. Um, in the interest of time, I'm going to just post it for you so you can do some homework exercise around it. Okay. It should be simple, right? I mean, once you see the pattern, it should not be difficult for anyone, right? So now what we'll do, we'll jump onto the other section, which is K Baujud. K Baujud. So this one is K Baujud. Okay, so you have if you are writing it in Devanagari, you have a K, B with A, V, J with U, and then K Baujud. Okay, K Baujud it's basically despite. Okay, it's like how you use despite in English, or in spite of. In spite of. Okay, you use it to indicate that something happens. Okay, even though a particular condition or obstacle exists. Okay, so like despite the difficulties, like he was able to sort of climb the mountains or something like that, right? So you use despite or in spite of, both of those, to express contrast or opposition, right? So imagine in English you will say, just like I mentioned, despite the cold, and you can make the rest of the sentence, or despite the difficulty, or despite the hardship, and then you can do the rest of the sentences, right? Or despite the bad weather, he still decided to drive the car. Okay, so all of those are sort of your options here. Now, as I said, like in Hindi would be ke baujud. So now, right now, we'll just use these initial sort of words. These are not derived from verbs. Okay, typically on a day-to-day conversations, or when Hindi speakers are saying it, you want to have some more flavors. There has to be some actions, right? I mean, so first in part one we'll just do these cold, hardship, weather, and then in the second part we'll do some verbal nouns, just so that like you will see some interesting sentences, like despite complaining. So you'll not hear despite the complaint, right? So let's just do this one. Let's say you have despite the difficulties. Despite the difficulties. Jackie ji, how would you say that?
Difficulties K Bazood.
Okay, difficulties. Okay, what is difficulty in Hindi?
Something with katin, or
Uh-huh.
I don't know, sorry.
No, it's good. You're right. Anyone else?
Katine?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
katin.
और मुश्किलों
Yeah. So, okay. So,
Inayo.
mush. Okay. Which one? Kathinayo. Okay. Kathinayo. So mushkil is difficulty, mushkilein is difficulties, and then you have ke baojood. And Jackie ji, if you combine it together, that would be mushkilein will become oblique and will become,
mushkilon.
yeah, very good. Mushkilon
Okay.
के बावजूद. Okay. Similarly, कठिनाई is difficulty. कठिनाइयाँ is difficulties. कठिनाइयाँ. And then if you put के बावजूद, it will become
Katinayan ke bazud.
there you go. कठिनाइयों के, just like लड़कियों, right? I mean, so कठिनाई.
That's a hard
Yeah. Just like that, you have कठिनाइयों के बावजूद. Okay. There you go. Awesome. I'm not going to write it. I'm going to make it easy so that way you guys think more. Despite these challenges, despite the Shilaji, despite these challenges,
Chunatiyon ke budget.
very good, right? So the challenges is chunati.
Chunoti.
So it's like ch with u, and then na with chuno, and then you have ta with e, chunati, right? So chunatiyon ke baवजूद. Chunati is one challenge. Chunatiyan is plural. So the word is chunati. चुनौतियाँ. Okay, चुनौतियों के बावजूद. Okay, let's just do some more. Despite the bad weather, let's just do JDG. Despite the bad weather,
Karib Mosan, K Bazud,
okay, one more time. It's kh,
Karib Mosan, K Bazud,
खराब,
Karab.
very खराब मौसम के बावजूद. Very good. खराब मौसम के बावजूद. Okay, let's see. Nandini ji, despite the criticism.
I don't know criticism को हिंदी में क्या कहता है मुझे पता नहीं.
Okay,
Criticism के बावजूद.
Okay, criticism के बावजूद. Okay, anyone else would like to try what is criticism in Hindi?
Alochana.
Yeah, very good. Alochana. So Alochana. Okay, Alochana. Alochana. Okay, and if you make it a plural, criticisms आलोचनाओं के बावजूद. Okay, despite the criticism or criticism के बावजूद. This is also good. Criticism के बावजूद. Okay, despite the delay. Despite the delay. Vidya ji, you want to try it out this one? Despite the delay.
Now I forgot the word for delay.
You can just use delay.
देर होने के बावजूद.
Okay, you can say that. Okay, despite the delay. If you do the grammatically, it's despite being delayed, because with you can say deri ke baवजूद. Okay, and part 2 is where I'll be going, which you already mentioned, like, where you want to use the verbal aspect of it, deri hona, right? Being delayed, right? But it's correct, like, you are just one step ahead, but it's absolutely correct. Deri hone ke baवजूद.
Ashutosh Exavalhe. Criticism. I was just doing the Hindi reader this morning. There was a word that I'm struggling to remember. Samoak or something like that.
Which one?
Samoak or something. Sami. It was in the Hindi reader. Has anybody else read the Hindi reader thing for Wednesday yet?
Some
critic. Some.
Look it up what it says.
Yeah.
Is it
It
Samala
says
Chana?
Samiksha.
Samiksha,
It says here.
thank you.
I
Thank,
just
thank
looked
you.
up Google. Sorry, I didn't know.
Samiksha. Yeah.
Yes, is that the same as Alochana? Anochala?
So Samiksha is more. It's Alochana is a real criticism. Samiksha is it's a little bit more polished. It's not necessarily in the criticism directly, right? Samiksha
Eh,
karna. Huh?
yeah, it looks like it's more a commentating and
Yeah.
columnist. That's what it says, rather
It's
than actually negative criticism.
yeah. It's more like a critique, like somebody.
Critique.
A critique, yes, thank you.
Right. So, well, like when, for example, Simon Powell, Simon, right? I mean, when he is doing the thing, he's not criticizing per se. He's doing the samiksha, whether it is good or bad. He's just.
Is he? Is he? Is he really?
For most of the time, he's criticizing, but in general, the job is, to do the samiksha, right? So you can say that, right? Samiksha के बजाय वो आलोचना कर रहा है. How about that, right? So you use Samiksha and Alochana together, and you use ke bajai also, right?
So, I have a question with criticize. So, if
Yeah.
I want to, Rahul Gandhi criticizes Modi all the time.
Yeah.
How would you use the word?
You use Alochana karna.
Alochana karna.
Yeah. For example, if you are critiquing a policy, then you can say uski samiksha karna, right? I mean, they will do if let's say you hire a third party to independently critique something, right? I mean, that's samiksha karna. Like they will do the review process.
Yeah. So Alochana is more negative and Samiksha is more academic criticism.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Despite the efforts, JDG, despite the efforts.
Oh, effort. I don't think I know effort.
You know it, JDG.
Think of another English word for effort.
Yeah.
Attempt, try.
Yes.
Yeah.
Koshish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Koshish ke barzud.
Yeah.
Barzud.
You can say that. कोशिश के बावजूद, कोशिशों के बावजूद, you can say that. Attempts, some people also think about as प्रयास. प्रयास is one, and प्रयासों के बावजूद. If you want to say many attempts, कई प्रयासों के बावजूद, right? कई कोशिशों के बावजूद, right? So all of those are fair. Now we'll do part 2.
Ashuji,
Yeah.
can you say sharatipan ke bawjood?
Yeah.
Also, you can say that.
You can say शरारतों के बावजूद.
Oh, okay. Sharatopan ke
शरारतें is like sort of mischief, right? I mean, so शरारतें.
Mischief, yeah.
So शरारतों के बावजूद. शरारतों के बावजूद. Yeah. Now, I think someone was asking a question. So all of those you will notice that it's a purely a noun, but like imagine when you are Hindi speakers are saying it, naturally the inclination is there has to be some sort of an action. So let's say you have a despite the rain versus despite raining. Okay, despite the rain is despite it raining. Sorry, despite it raining. Right. So how would you say this one? Despite the Sharmila ji, despite the rain.
बारिश होने के बावजूद.
So this one is बारिश के बावजूद, and this one is despite it raining.
So बारिश होने के बावजूद.
Very good. बारिश होने के बावजूद. Okay, despite it raining, बारिश होने के बावजूद. And part 2 where is like you will see that it's a verbal, it's something is derived from the verb, right? It's a verbal noun. बारिश होने के बावजूद. So just like the way we had like मेहनत के बावजूद, instead of that it becomes मेहनत करने के बावजूद. मेहनत करने के बावजूद, despite working very hard, मेहनत करने के बावजूद, right? Let's just do some more. um, Despite failing, despite failing,
हारने के बावजूद,
हारने के बावजूद, हारने के बावजूद, and you can also say असफल. सफल is success, असफल is असफल होने
असफल होने,
के बावजूद. There you go. असफल होने के बावजूद, that's correct. Okay. प्रयास करने के बावजूद, despite trying, प्रयास करने के बावजूद. Okay. We did the complain also, despite complaining. Despite complaining. Despite complaining.
शिकायत करने
Yes.
के बावजूद,
Yes, शिकायत करने के बावजूद. Very good. शिकायत करने के बावजूद. शिकायत करने के बावजूद. Okay, despite complaining. Despite falling. Despite falling.
गिरने,
Very good. गिरने और गिरने के बावजूद. Okay, गिरने के बावजूद. Despite studying. Despite studying. Tom. Despite studying. To study is despite studying. I'm not sure if you're there, Tom ji. Risha ji, how are you doing?
Ashwamati ko
Let's try it out. Despite studying.
पढ़ाई के बावजूद,
Okay. And let's say you want to use the verbal form. Right?
पढ़ने,
Yeah, पढ़ने के बावजूद और पढ़ाई करने के बावजूद. Awesome. Both are correct. Let's do one more. Despite waiting. Again, you, Risha ji, because I didn't get a chance to see you. Despite waiting.
इंतजार,
Yeah, इंतजार करना is to wait. So it will become,
इंतजार करने के बावजूद,
there you go, इंतजार करने के बावजूद. Okay, इंतजार करने के बावजूद. Anyone else would like to try it out? Bharat ji, welcome. I know you probably joined for the first time, so don't want to put you on spot, but if you want to try it out, definitely unmute and try. And if you want to just first listen in and get comfortable, that's totally okay. Let's see, who else would like to try? Okay, let's make some sentences. Who would like to try making some sentences? Let's do this.
I could try one.
Okay, let's try it out.
गिरने के बावजूद उसने दौड़ जीता.
Very good. गिरने के बावजूद वह दौड़ जीता. Okay, that's great. उसने दौड़ में participate किया. Okay, awesome. Okay, despite being sick, he came to work. Despite being sick, he came to work. Or the second part, you can change it however you want. Who would like to try this out?
बीमार होने के बावजूद
Very good. बीमार होने के बावजूद. Do the second part.
बीमार होने के बावजूद वह ऑफिस आया
Okay, very good. वह ऑफिस आया और ऑफिस, you can change the second sentence how you want. बीमार होने के बावजूद, despite being sick. Okay. Anyone else would like to try different sentences on this one? Why don't I give you all time, a few minutes? You have total freedom. Make a sentence however you want. It could be despite working hard, he failed, or despite the difficulties, like, he won the first prize, or despite learning, working very hard, you can just change it however you want. Like, he couldn't remember anything. Basically show the contrast. Right? So I'm going to ask all of you to think about at least a sentence or two, and you can type it in the Zoom chat or Facebook or whichever platform you plan to use. So I'm going to give you some time, all of you. Okay, you can use the okay, awesome, good job. Okay, Risha ji, why don't you try first?
Say my sentence.
Yeah.
थके होने के बावजूद भी अपना काम किया.
Okay, थके होने के बावजूद भी.
Tired, he still did his work.
Awesome. Okay. थके होने के बावजूद भी उसने अपना काम किया. Awesome. And then Sheila ji.
Karab mausam ke बावजूद हम par चढ़े.
Okay. खराब मौसम होने के बावजूद वह पहाड़ पे चढ़ा. Okay. Your sentence is correct as well. You just are making variations of it, right? होने के बावजूद. Sunny ji.
I wrote चिताने के बावजूद Israel युद्ध जा रहा जार करता. I don't know how to say continuing the war.
Okay.
Youth.
Okay.
Is that correct?
It's correct. चेतावनी, you can say to give a challenge is चेतावनी देना. So you can use the verbal form as well. चेतावनी देने के बावजूद और मिलने के बावजूद. However you want to convey that. Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you say Israel's youth? I know is war. Is continuing the war.
जारी रखना is to continue something, right? So you can say that जारी रखना. Okay. विद्या जी.
नाराज होने के बावजूद उसने फिर भी मेरा फोन उठाया.
Very good. Right. Very good. What does it mean?
Despite of being angry with me, he picked up my phone or he answered my phone.
Okay. Very good. नाराज होना is like somebody is upset with you is नाराज होना. Right? So despite being upset with me, नाराज होने के बावजूद. So it's a good one, in case if you want to write it down. So it's नाराज. नाराज, okay, नाराज is the word, नाराज होना. Okay, नाराज होने के बावजूद उसने मेरा फोन उठाया. He picked up my phone, or she picked up my phone. Okay, Sharon ji.
डरने के बावजूद उसने कोशिश की. But do I need a hona in there?
No, this is good because Dharna, it's, you use the verbal form. Right? Despite of being afraid, he tried, right? Or she tried. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good. Jackie ji?
What did I say? Der होने के बावजूद उसने रात का खाना बनाया.
Good one. देर होने के बावजूद और उसने रात का खाना बनाया. Okay. मीता जी?
बहुत पत्र लिखने के बावजूद लता ने रिप्लाई नहीं किया.
Yeah, too bad of Lata.
How do you say reply? I don't know.
जवाब नहीं दिया.
Thank you.
Okay, थके होने के बावजूद. Okay, slight correction that you're doing, Risha ji. Okay, awesome. राधिका जी?
अपने शरारतीपन के बावजूद भी वो स्कूल में अच्छा प्रदर्शन करता है.
Right. So if you want to do it in the past tense, the second sentence would be?
वो उसने स्कूल में अच्छा काम किया.
Okay, very good. उसने अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया और काम किया. Awesome, awesome. बीमार होने के बावजूद माँ ने खाना बनाया. Awesome. Okay, great. Anyone else who didn't get a chance to try it out?
Yes, Ashiji, if I may, my screen was locked before. I couldn't respond to you. Shamila ke bayud wo bola.
One more time.
Shamale khone ke bayud wo bola.
What's the verb you're using? Sharmana?
Shamile hona.
Okay.
To be shy. Shamile.
Okay.
Shamile hone ke bayud wo bola.
Very good. Sharmila होने के बावजूद वह बोला. Okay.
Despite being shy, he spoke.
And भरत जी saying पैसे कम होने के बावजूद उसने अपनी बेटी के लिए अच्छा फोन लिया. Very good. What a good sentence. पैसे कम होने के बावजूद, like despite being short on money, he bought a phone for his daughter. पैसे कम होने के बावजूद उसने अपनी बेटी के लिए अच्छा फोन लिया. Okay, और को दिलाया. So these were the sort of in the last two basically lectures we did the variations of like different of these topics from the appendix, which is के अनुसार और के हिसाब से, के दौरान, and then के बजाय and के बावजूद. Okay, I definitely want you to use all of them in your day-to-day conversations or in practice sessions. We'll spend some more time on going over the various appendixes of Richard Delacy's book. If you want me to focus on anything which is harder, like lately, I'm very happy to see the type of questions that we have in the WhatsApp group, and those are pretty challenging ones. Like for example, the question that JDG was asking a few days ago, and then this morning, like when we were talking about making passive voice sentences for intransitive verb. These are like harder topics. These are not so commonly used. So, and these are special, scenarios. So I'm glad these are being discussed, right? Which means that as a group, we are making progress, right? So keep them coming. We'll continue because the rest of the year, we probably have couple of like Sundays off for New Year or Christmas and then Diwali. But there are few sessions that are still there. So if you want me to cover anything which you found hard from the Delacy book or in general you have any questions, please send them my way. because those are all fair topics. And then we have to score the movies also. Like, so hopefully you had a chance to watch the movie, Golmaal. And if not, pick it up, and then we'll do one movie at least more for the rest of the year. With that, I'm gonna stop the broadcast, and we'll take introduction. We have one new person as well. So give me 1 minute. I'm gonna stop the broadcast, and